With the Nepo baby thing, like, I don't really see people calling out, sons of famous actors. I always joke, I'm like, why is no one calling out George Clooney for being a Nepo baby? Rosemary Clooney was an icon.
Emma Roberts weighing in on the Nepo baby conversation, adding George Clooney's name to Hollywood's ongoing debate.
I don't think anyone should be called out for wanting to follow their dream.
We're always somebody, I'm Rosemary Clooney's nephew.
Yeah, George's late aunt, Rosemary Clooney, a legend of the silver screen.
Emma, that's a terrible thing to say.
And on Table for Two, Emma says one major point gets lost in the discourse.
As a young woman and growing up, it's like, I've felt that way before, where it's like people think you're one thing. There's kind of an eye roll of like, well, your dad was this.
Emma's dad, Oscar-nominated actor Eric Roberts. Her aunt and George's frequent co-star, Julia Roberts.
We want to do like an Ocean's 14 where we're just all really old and everything we try to do, we throw our backs out.
People definitely have preconceived notions of you. I think there's two sides of the coin. People like to say, oh, you have a leg up because you're a family in the industry. But then the other side to that is, you have to prove yourself more.
It's like become one of those like buzzwords. And I always feel like really happy to talk about what it is. I think that the criticism of the kids has to do with access and opportunity.
Stranger Things star Maya Hawke and her dad Ethan touched on the convo last year with E.T. Along with an open and honest Jamie Lee Curtis, her parents Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh.
Look, I'm not going to pretend that there was no effect of having them as my parents.
Now Emma entering the chat with a hot take, saying female stars have been unfairly singled out.
I always joke, I'm like, why is no one calling out George Clooney for being a Nepo baby? Rosemary Clooney was an icon.
Right. Very true.
I'm just kidding. But I feel like also the point is like young girls, I feel like get it harder. And also I think there's something to be said where everybody loves the kind of overnight success story. And so if you're kind of not the girl from the middle of nowhere that broke into Hollywood.
But Emma's not the only one sharing this theory. Allison Williams, daughter of former NBC News anchor Brian Williams, shared a similar take on Watch What Happens Live.
I work really hard, whatever, but that doesn't mean that it's like fun. I'm not like an underdog. Like, it's not fun to root for me. I like came into this with a big head start, and I feel like it's totally okay to admit that.
Emma adding one more tier to the touchy subject. She says everyone sees your success, but no one sees your failures.
People kind of only see your wins because they only see, when you're on the poster of a movie, they don't see all the like rejection along the way. And I think it's important to talk about because otherwise people just think, oh, everything's been so great and linear and easy. And it's like, no, it's been not at all.